Well, seems like April Fool's 2013 won't be going down in history on this channel because an alarmingly low amount of people fell for it. I was expecting a lot more people to just fall for it, believe what I say without checking it out on Smogon to see if it was true. And that's pretty impressive that people on the internet are starting to say, oh, maybe there's a hoax about that website, maybe I should go check it out. But yeah, I guess congratulations to you, you didn't get suckered in. A few people, I would say, thought that this was for real, but overall, I feel like this was an absolute flop. I don't really know how to put this into words, I guess. I guess I'm sort of happy because it shows that this community that I've built on YouTube, of all places, manages to be a lot more intelligent than elsewhere on YouTube. But at the same time, I wanted to have some fun at the expense of complete idiots. But the problem is that they've been banned a long time ago. So I guess this is where my policy of banning trolls and idiots and such comes back to bite me in the ass. So this idea that I've had of making a hoax for April Fools, which is something that I had never done before, despite this being my 5th April Fools video, well, I really was expecting more people to fall for it, but I guess I couldn't be that obvious about it being for real, because I had the impression that I at least had to give a few hints that this was a joke. I mean, especially at the end when I say this is a joke, with another kind of intonation entirely. So yeah, a few people, that was what rang the bell for them, that, you know, this was indeed a joke. But the idea behind those clues is that if I had been less obvious, then I would have gotten Smogon on my ass for lying about them like that. And I didn't want that. I mean, I'm already on their shit list and all, but I don't have to do so making stuff up about them. They are already excellent at digging themselves their own hole, as we saw with the whole Sandvale fiasco. So, many of the clues that I've included were in the nicknames for the Pokemon that I used for the video, which you may recognize as my team members from my White Let's Play. But yeah, I just flew out of the giant chasm every time, since that's where my file is still at. I went and nicknamed a few Pokemon, took a screenshot of a Pokemon using a move with less than 85 accuracy, and, you know, that's how it happened. And I was sort of planning on making those clues a bit more obvious as the video went on. So I'm just going to take a look back at the clues themselves and what they mean, just in case you have no idea. So first up, we have Sid Finch, which was an April Fool's hoax by Sports Illustrated in 1985. Sid Finch was said to be a fictional baseball player that could throw a fastball at 168 miles per hour with pinpoint accuracy without the need to warm up or anything like that. And at the time, the fastest recorded fastball was 103 miles per hour. So this was a whole 65 miles per hour faster. And there was a whole story behind that he was in training with the New York Mets, and a lot of people that were inside Major League Baseball actually fell for it. And apparently 2 general managers even called the commissioner at the time to ask how their batters could face Sid Finch safely, and it just got that far. This is one of the biggest, most memorable April Fool's jokes of all time, so it only stands to reason that I would use that name as one of the nicknames. And if you want to know more about this whole thing, just Google it or look it up on Wikipedia, or whatever floats your boat. And Hunda Gauk Day is what they used to call April Fool's Day in Scotland, though apparently the term has fallen into disuse in recent years. But still, that's a reference that I decided to throw in there, just in case someone was clever enough to figure out that, hey, there's something going on with those nicknames. Next, we got Fish on Back, which refers to a tradition in French-speaking parts of the world, such as France, Belgium, and also Quebec, to try to attach a paper fish on the back of a victim without being noticed. So this one is a little more out there, I guess, if you don't live in these areas, but once again, that's something that you can just look up as well. And as for Nixon 1992, this is another famous hoax, according to which Richard Nixon was going to attempt to get reelected as president in 1992. Though I don't know if it would have been possible, though, because even though he got elected twice, he never finished his second term, so I don't know if he was legally able to do so. But, of course, that didn't happen. That was a hoax. Man, I've been talking a lot about 70s presidents on this channel lately, haven't I? And this hoax was made by National Public Radio. Of course, it got a lot of people angry because Richard Nixon would have been impeached over the Watergate scandal had he not resigned beforehand. So, of course, these days Richard Nixon is most commonly associated with the scum and villainy you'd expect out of any politician, the only difference being he got caught, and caught badly at that. And the last two should be fairly self-explanatory. I put them at the end because they were the most obvious, Superman 64 and Hello Kitty. These are two games that I played before in past April Fool's videos. Of course, Hello Kitty, more specifically Hello Kitty Happy Party Pal, sorry about that, was the one that I played in 2010, I believe. I think I even changed my channel's colors to match the whole thing, and that was one I was particularly proud of at the time, and I still think to this day it's probably my best one, along with the whole Zartard run of Fire Red. So yeah, all that put together, well, made it clear as day that this was a joke, and most of you figured it out, even though a lot of people told me that they thought it was real for a while before they realized, oh, this is April Fool's Day. And one thing that I like doing on April Fool's Day to catch people off guard is to upload the video the night before. I've always done this, in fact. This way, it's because many people don't seem to realize that it's already April 1st in most of the world at the time of the uploading, including the universal time. So this is a way that I find to just, go around the system, cheat it a little, and as a result, yeah, this is a good way that I found to catch some people off guard. I mean, a lot of people are saying that, this sounds like an April Fool's joke, but this is still March 31, so is it really? And I guess the nature of the joke as well, I didn't know which way it would go, honestly, because I was going for something that would have been completely ridiculous and yet believable at the same time. Something that, ironically, Smogon themselves have become masters at with some of the absurd decisions they took over the years. Of course, I would have to say that they took a lot more good decisions than bad ones, but the bad ones are the ones that everybody remembers. I think the whole Sandvale thing, 10 years from now, people will still be talking about this as the single worst band of all time. And I don't think they have ever gotten worse than this. But if they did want to get worse than this, I think having an embargo on inaccurate moves, I think this is something that they would be into. And the greatest irony is that, well, I've mentioned the accuracy of sleep moves before. Well, there's an issue that has to do with accurate sleep moves like a Spore that has been debated lately on Smogon. Of course, don't worry about it. It seems like nothing's going to come out of it because the overwhelming majority is in favor of the status quo. And this is something that I'm going to keep for the next Let's Play video anyway. I just wanted to point this out, that there was something to that effect that was being discussed, which is scary when you think about it. But anyway, I think we've established that this year's April Fool's video was a complete flop, so I'm gonna try and make it up to you guys. I'm going to answer a question that has been asked to me for years. I'm going to show you guys what I look like. No, really! I'm gonna do it! Alright guys, you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. April Fools! Gotcha! No, I probably didn't get you. You probably know better than to expect that out of me. I just wanted to throw in a little extra joke just for shits and giggles. So, that's gonna be it for today. I will return to my regular Let's Play schedule later this week. So, I will see you then.